Okay, hi guys, it's JJ. I know it's been a while since I've made a part 2, so I figured I would do that today. So today I'm going to show you how to make roots for your tree. So if you watch the last video, you can see this is kind of how I build my tree. I think I've got, I don't know, 150 to 200 wires in this tree. And then I tape the top up. This is where all of my leaves are going to go, but I'm not going to touch that for a while, so I like to keep it taped, just kind of holds its shape and doesn't get snagged on anything. So for now, what we're going to do, let's see if I can pull my camera out a little bit. There we go. I'm going to work on the roots, and the roots are going to be attached to a hoop in this case. So bend that over. So I'm going to start by kind of making bunches here. So again, I like to make sure everything's kind of going the right way. Just smooth it out. So, got one little wire here I'm going to pull around to the back. So I'll pull that bunch out. This little wire here is kind of in the back, so I'm going to move that to the next bunch. This is just how I keep things going smoothly. So this bunch I'm going to twist. Just with my hands. And if you remember from the last video, this wire is all 20 gauge. It's all 20 gauge Benny Create wire. So I'm going to take another bunch. Just using my fingers to make sure everything's kind of going the right way. And pull that bunch out there. Okay, now I'm going to twist this one. Now we got a funky wire coming out here. Oh, here, sorry. But I'll show you what to do with that. I twist it pretty tight. Okay, I'll probably have 5 bunches here. Okay, I'm going to take this bunch here, twist this one. I have some tendonitis going on in my arm right now. I make chainmail as well. I think it's from chainmail. So if I let out an ow, that's why. Okay. So this bunch I'm going to split in 2. And again, just trying to make sure everything's going the right way. And I'm going to twist these. They don't have to be perfectly even. Okay, a little bit of upper arm strength here. Okay. Twist those, I don't know, about, what, 2.5, 3 inches. Again, it doesn't have to be symmetrical because trees are not. Okay, so I got my 5 bunches here. And then from here, I'm going to start splitting off and making just a few more bunches. Let's do 2 on this one. Okay. And I like to twist them pretty tight. Okay, so there's 2 on that one. And if you use your finger to kind of go down through, that helps keep everything kind of go in the right direction. This one I'm going to do 3. So I'll leave those over there. Take a few from here. Okay, so I'm going to twist 3 here. This is going to be a wire tree on a hoop, so it's going to be wall mounted, so it's flat. It's not freestanding. I like the way the ones on the hoops look, and in my experience, honestly, they just sell better. And if you need a little bit of help twisting, you can always use your pliers. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to use my fingernails and cut through and pull them apart. This one's going to have 3. Just like that. I'm not counting at all, not when it comes to the roots, because again, trees are not even in nature, and they're not going to be even here. Okay, so I'm going to finish up these 2, and then I'll come back. Okay, so this is what it looks like right now. It's a mess, as you can see. I'll try to zoom out a little bit here. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start bending all of these roots. Okay, again, it's going to be a flat tree, so I'm going to try to keep everything kind of flat. But if it bends out of shape a little bit, that's fine, because we will fix it later. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my pliers. These are just bent nose pliers. Let's start bending back and forth, just kind of wherever. Okay, and you see I've got a little wire right there that's sticking out a little bit. I'm going to fix that with my pliers. Just push it in. Bend, bend, bend. And I'm not shy about bending. So we'll do that one. This one. There we go, my pin vices. I'll show you those in a minute. Bend. So right now they look like that. Okay. If you want to bend them a little bit more, you can. We're going to end up moving these around a little bit anyway, just for symmetry. So one more, and then I'll come back after I'm finished. So this one is kind of twisted this way. I'm going to wait and do this one last, because if I don't, it's just going to look kind of messy and get tangled up. I don't want that. So we bend. Oops, sorry. Bend. Sometimes you'll see little pieces of the wire will start to look a little bit looser. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my pliers and just push those in like that. Okay, and that kind of keeps things looking more uniform. Okay, so I'm going to finish these 2 and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I have bent all of my branches. Again, looks like a mess, right? So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to make sure everything's kind of going the right way. I know wires are out of shape. this down a little bit because again, this is going to be a flat tree, and any wires that maybe just look a little bit off or a little bit like stick it out a little bit, I'm just going to fix those. Okay, so flat here, and so I'm literally just pushing everything down flat with my fingers right now. Okay. So that's kind of that, and I'll forgot one. Okay. Make sure all my roots kind of go in the right way, laying flat, and there's no like negative space. So, the next thing I do, this is my favorite part. There's a couple of different ways you can do it. So I'm going to do this on a hoop. And my hoop looks like this. Okay, this is a, how many inches is this hoop? I think it's 12. Yeah, 12-inch hoop. So I can either start attaching my roots just like this, which I might do, or I can use a pin vise. This is a pin vise. The wire, you just untwist it a little bit, stick the wire in there, twist it back up, and then just twist. So I'll kind of show you how that works a little bit. We'll just use one and see how it goes. So typically you can fit 2 to 3 wires of 20 gauge in a pin vise. You may have gotten a free pin vise when you bought certain things online related to wire tree making or jewelry making or anything like that. The first one I got was free, and it's been an absolute lifesaver. So typically what I'll do when I use a pin vise, you'll see the ends of these wires are not even. I cut them to make sure they're even. That way it goes into my pin vise easier. And then I take my pin vise, just like this, and I stick my wires in the end, like that, and then tighten it, and then twist. Twist, 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 twist. That way you're not doing it by hand either. And that's it. You just untwist it and the wires pop right out. So, again, just take 2 to 3 wires. I'm just trying to make sure I'm grabbing the right bundles. So what you don't want to do is grab like a wire from over here to like put in this bundle over here, because it just ruins the flow, I think, of the tree. So like that. Cut off the ends. Make sure they're symmetrical. Pin vises are nice too because they come in, one pin vise has 4 different sizes, and I'll show you how that works in just a second. Twist, twist, twist. Way easier than doing it by hand. So there's another one. So what I'm going to do when I'm finished all of these is I'm going to attach all of these to the tree. To the hoop. So pin vise. You have an end here. You unscrew it. You can take this out and flip it over. You have another size right there. And then you just screw that back on. So you can fit bigger wire in here, smaller wire, whatever you like to do. And it's the same thing on the other side. I have these set up so they fit the wire that I use. But if you don't have a pin vise, it's a game changer. And they cost like $5 maybe if you don't get them for free. So I'm going to finish up this section here and then just kind of show you how I'm going to attach it to the hoop. So again, make sure your wires are all kind of going the right way. It's like rule number 1 in wire crafts. Okay, so I got this bunch of 3 right here. Cut off the end. Boop, and stick it in my pin vise. Tighten it up. And twist. I've been sticking 3 wires in here, but you can do 2 or more, whatever you want. So I've got 4 more wires here, so I'm going to do 2 each. Cut off the end. Stick it in, twist it until it grabs, and then twist. Twist, take this one. And twist it. Sometimes that might come a little bit loose. You just could use a smaller size pin vise. I think this one's a little bit loose, but it's working fine. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, well, I'm not going to do it yet. I'm going to finish all of these. I'm going to twist all of them with my pin vise, and then I'm going to start attaching all of my roots to the base. And the next video will show you how to attach them all. I like to keep things pretty tight. See if I can show you a little bit better. So I'll show you the next video, but these are all going to be lined up right together, and I usually go around twice. So that's it for now. Let me just show you kind of what we got so far. So this again is just for how to make the roots. You can see it was pretty quick and easy for a wire tree that goes on a hoop. And I got my top still taped up. And the next thing I'm going to do is finish up all of these, and the next video will show you how to attach the tree to the hoop. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, maybe learned something, and if you have any questions, please let me know. You can contact me here or email me at odinsiart@gmail.com. Thanks, and we'll see you on the next one.